Here we are with our finished piece after we've done all our layout and welding of all our bits and pieces and everything like that. So this here is the side that's going to have the window operator that bolts in here. Right here is going to be where the door handle is going to bolt on. This is one of the factory connectors for the door panel where the arm rests, where it would screw into place there. These series of holes here are for the plastic panel that presses into place there. We have some threaded holes throughout that are used for the steel panel that gets bolted on. And we've sliced this in two, so we've got our two-piece panel. So this piece that comes off here, we've got all of our pockets that we've put in there, and then all of our buttons that will fit into the pocket, and that's what's going to bolt them two pieces in on both sides. So I'm going to fit this into the door. Trial fit it all first before we weld it, because this window here is going to need to be welded to the door skin, and that's once we've done that, it's complete. So we want to make sure that everything works before we do that. Here it is with the test fit of the kind of the window frame portion. I just got a bolt here kind of holding it in place, and then I got another one down here holding it in place. And then we'll bolt them cover panels on, and we want to make sure that it fits true all the way around. And if it doesn't, we're going to need to probably do some trimming on these edges. But I think that everything should be good. It'll fit in good there. Looks good. The only spot that I can tell, everything is looking good along the top here. And along this side is just down in here. There may be a little bit in this spot here where it might rub, but I think we're good to tack that window frame in. Along this side is also good. I think we can tack the window frame in, and then after that, if this needs to be tweaked, maybe we can accomplish that after the fact. Looks pretty close. As long as this closes flush in here. I might end up just taking a little bit of material off here just to be sure. Still doing the fitment here for the frame. We want to make sure that we get everything, because once we tack that in there, there's no going back. So one of the things was here with the mirror bracket that we had modified. We got a welded nut on the back here. So what we did was we cut the fastener off of this slot piece here, and we installed the mirror bracket, and then we've got this bent over, and it actually fits up pretty good against there. And I just got that temporarily bolted into place, so everything fits nice. I'll probably keep it that way when I go to tack our frame in. Now over here on this side, this was where that this is our track for the window felt goes in here, and it had broken away from the door. The metal was fatigued and broken away from here, and it was cracked, and it was breaking away from here. So we've welded some nuts on the back side there, and it's bolted right there. And then up top, I had put this fastener in here. So right in there, I just put a little extra piece of metal, and I got that so it fastens in there, and this whole thing is removable. Lastly, there's a fastener that goes in here. This is just temporary, but we did the same thing, same idea. We just put the pocket in here, and we've got the same thing going on in here. On the other side of this is where our pocket is, and we got a pin in here. So this is just temporary, and this is also going to help hold the whole thing into place where it needs to be as we do our tack welds and we weld this frame in. The only thing left to do is, for if you're going to have power windows, they have this little stop here so that the window can't go past this point. But we've got an interference here. This is the factory location. You can see that hole down there. So this is the factory location for this stopper. So if I'm going to put this in here, I'm just going to move it over, and it's going to line up with this center metal in the back here. And I'll move that over and make that so it bolts into place there, also removable, because in my case I'm going to be using the window crank, but while we're at it, we might as well make it so it has the provision for both the power windows and the manual windows and all the other goodies that go along with it. Starting to come together here with our door panels. We welded in the frame support all the way around, kind of stitched that in all the way around, and we bolted on our 2 panels here, and everything looks good. But when we put on the metal panel, all the holes for our template that we made, they all line up, but I'll show you what the problem is here. The problem is all our holes line up. That lines up good. All of our holes from our template prove to be accurate, but the problem is in the end here, it just doesn't match the end of the door. So it has to be moved over. Now when we move it over, we can line up this hole here, and then it looks like we're lined up pretty good along the edge of the door on both sides. That's about as good as that's going to get on this side. But our problem now is that we're quite a bit off when it comes to the window regulator. So that means that our template, all the holes on our template were out by something like 1/8 of an inch. So that's kind of unfortunate that all that work has to be redone.